Hello friends, most welcome to my YouTube channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. So today we are starting new chapter number 4th, pair of straight line. To understand the concept of pair of straight line, we should have to know all the result related with what straight line which we have studied in class 10th and class 11th. In this video, we are revising the basic and elementary part of straight line so that easily you are able to understand the concept of what pair of straight line. So let us begin with the very initial definition, inclination of a line. Inclination of a line, let this will be x-axis and this will be y-axis. So this is positive direction of x-axis, and angle made by this line with positive direction of x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. If the angle is in anti-clockwise direction, at that time we can say that angle is what? Non-negative, or in other word we can say that it is what? Positive angle. So this angle made by the line with positive direction of x-axis, it's called as inclination of a line. And since this angle is made in anti-clockwise direction, that's why we can say that angle is what? Non-negative. So the angle made by the line with positive direction of x-axis is called as inclination of line. Very simple definition is there. So let us suppose that this will be the line which makes angle theta with positive direction of x-axis in which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. So that we can say that angle is what? Non-negative. And such angle made by the line with positive direction of x-axis is called as inclination of a line. Now we are discussing some important result related with slope of line. So total here we have written 5 important result. So let us discuss the first formula to find out slope of line. So if theta is the inclination of a line, just now we have discussed the definition of inclination. Let us suppose that these are x-axis and this is what? Y-axis. And if some line makes angle theta with positive direction of x-axis in anti-clockwise direction, then such angle is called as what? Inclination. If we are denoting inclination of a line by theta, then slope of this line can be found out applying the formula m is equal to tan theta. So what is first formula? M is equal to tan theta. When this formula is applicable, if theta is known to us, and what is theta? It is inclination of a line. Inclination means what? Angle made by the line with what? Positive direction of x-axis. In which direction? Anti-clockwise. Don't consider the angle in clockwise direction. If we are considering the angle in clockwise direction, then value of theta will be what? Negative. And here to find out the inclination, we will require the angle made by the line with what? Positive direction of x-axis. Now second formula to find out slope of line is m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, where x1 y1 is the coordinate of first point on the line and x2 y2 is the coordinate of a second point on the line. Means this formula is applicable if coordinate of 2 point on the line is given to us. So let us consider this will be say one line, and this line passes through 2 point. Let first point on the line is say x1 y1 and second point on the line is say x2 y2. Means if coordinate of 2 point on the line is known to us, then slope of this line can be find out applying the formula m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, or we can say that m is equal to y1 minus y2 upon x1 minus x2. Means in short, in numerator we are taking subtraction of y coordinate, and in denominator we are taking subtraction of what? X coordinate. Now observe the third formula. So this third formula is applicable if equation of line is given to us. Already in 10th standard we have studied that linear equation in two variables represents always what? Straight line. Means graph of linear equation in two variable is straight line. If the equation of line is written in this form, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, then this is called as equation of line in general form. Means if equation of line in general form is given to us, at that time slope can be find out applying this formula m is equal to minus a by b. What is a? A is coefficient of x, and what is b? B is coefficient of y. Means if equation of some line is given to us, suppose that equation of line is 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equal to 0, then slope of this line is m is equal to minus, what is that formula? Minus a by b. A means coefficient of x and b means what? Coefficient of y. In this way we are able to find out slope of a line if equation of line is given to us. Now we are discussing a method to find out equation of x-axis or line parallel to x-axis. So let us consider here x-axis. Now this x-axis makes how much angle with itself? Definitely 0. And if line is parallel to x-axis, at that time also angle made by this line with x-axis is what? 0. Means here inclination is 0. Angle made with x-axis is called as what? Inclination. If inclination is 0, at that time we are applying this formula, m is equal to tan theta, but theta is how much here? 0 degree, because x-axis makes angle 0 degree with itself. Or if a line is parallel to x-axis, at that time angle made by the line with x-axis is 0. So here tan 0 will be equals to 0, means slope of the line is 0 if line is parallel to x-axis or if slope of x-axis. Now slope of y-axis or line or slope of line parallel to y-axis. So let us consider here x-axis and y-axis. Now this y-axis makes how much angle with x-axis? 90 degree. Means here we can say that inclination is 90 degree. Or if a line is parallel to this y-axis, at that time it makes how much angle with x-axis? 90 degree. Means here we can say that inclination is 90 degree if line is what? Y-axis, or a line is parallel to y-axis. Then let us try to find out its slope. What is the formula to find out slope? If inclination is known to us, m is equal to tan theta. What is theta here? 90 degree. So, and what is the value of tan 90? It is infinity, undefined value. And since the value of tan 90 is undefined, that's why we are not getting the value of m here, because value of m is undefined. That's why we can say that in such cases slope does not exist. Means slope does not exist in case of what? Y-axis or a line parallel to y-axis. These are some important result to find out slope of a line. When we are applying first formula, if inclination is given, second formula is applicable if 2 point on the line is given to us, third formula is applicable if equation of line in general form is given to us. And these are the method to find out equation of line parallel to x-axis and parallel to what? Y-axis. So now let us discuss about condition for lines to be parallel and perpendicular. So here I am supposing that m1 and m2 be the slope of two lines. Now we are finding one condition which is satisfying if two lines are what? Parallel to each other. Let us see what we'll get if two lines are what? Parallel. Let this will be say first line, and let us suppose that its inclination is equals to say theta. If theta is the inclination of this line, then can I say that its slope is m is equals to tan theta. Now denote the slope of this first line say by m1. Means what is the value of m1 here? Tan theta. Now let another line is there which is parallel to this line. I am denoting slope of this line by m2. Now we are trying to find out value of m2. We know that if two lines are parallel to each other, then pair of corresponding angles are what? Equal. If this angle is theta, means we can say that this angle is also what? Theta. Means what is the slope of this line? If inclination is known to us, then slope is nothing but what? Tan theta. Now we can observe that m1 and m2, value of both m1 and m2 are same. Means if two lines are parallel, at that time we can say that their slopes are equal. Or if slopes are equal, we can say that two lines are what? Parallel. This is the very important condition which is satisfying if lines are parallel to each other. Or if question is asked to show that two lines are parallel, just simply show that their slopes are equal, means we can conclude that two lines are parallel to each other. Now we are finding condition for lines to be what? Perpendicular. Now here we have considered two lines. Let this first line and this is what? Second line. And these two lines are what? Perpendicular to each other. Denote the inclination of first line say by theta 1. So that's why here we can say that slope of first line is m1 is equal to tan theta 1. And I am denoting inclination of second line. Inclination means angle made by this line with positive direction of x-axis. Here denote this inclination by theta 2. So that's why we can say that slope of this line is equal to tan theta 2, and denote the slope by m2. Since two lines are there, slope of first line we have denoted by m1 and second line we have denoted by what? M2. Now here we can observe that this theta 2 is the exterior angle of this triangle, and since theta 2 is the exterior angle, that's why we are able to apply exterior angle property. What is that exterior angle property? Measure of exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite remote interior angle. So means here theta 2 is equals to sum of opposite interior angle. One angle is pi by 2, 90 degree, plus another angle is theta 1. So measure of exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angle. Now just simply we are taking tan on both sides. So what we will get on this side? Tan theta 2 is equal to tan pi by 2 plus theta 1. Now according to allied angle formulas, tan pi by 2 plus theta is equal to what? Minus cot theta. Minus cot theta, but theta is what here? Theta 1. So which is equal to minus, keep it as it is, cot can I write it as 1 upon tan. So cot theta 1 can be written as 1 upon tan theta 1. Now if you observe this left hand side very carefully, tan theta 2, can I replace tan theta 2 by m2? Means this side can be replaced by m2, and on the right hand side minus 1, keep it as it is, minus 1, keep it as it is. This tan theta 1 can be replaced by what? m1. Tan theta 1 can be replaced by m1. Take m1 on this side. On this side it is divided using transformation. On this side it will get multiplied. Means what result we have got here? m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. And this is the condition which is satisfying if two lines are what? Perpendicular to each other. If two lines are perpendicular, at that time we can say that product of slope will be equals to what? Minus 1. So this is the condition which is satisfying if two lines are perpendicular to each other. In this way we have got the condition for lines to be parallel and perpendicular. Now let us discuss about some important formulas to find out equation of lines. So let us begin with what? Equation of x-axis. We know that if point lies on x-axis, every point which lie on what? X-axis, at that time y coordinate is what? 0. X coordinate may vary 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. X coordinate varies if point lies on what? X-axis, but y coordinate is always what? 0. That's why we can say that equation of x-axis is what? Y is equal to 0. Means if y coordinate of a point is 0, means we can say that point lies on x-axis, or in other word we can say that if point lies on x-axis, at that time y coordinate is 0. So that's why equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0. In the same way, for y-axis, if the point, for every point which lie on what? Y-axis, x coordinate is 0. That's why equation of y-axis is x is equals to 0. Okay, now we are finding equation of line parallel to x-axis. Let us suppose that this will be say x-axis and y-axis, and let here some numbers are there, say 1, 2, 3, and let one line is there which is parallel to x-axis and passes through what? 2. We can easily observe that coordinate of this point is what? 1, 2. If 2 is there, then coordinate of this point, x coordinate is 2, y coordinate is 2. For this point, x coordinate is 3, y coordinate is 2. For this point, x coordinate is 4, y coordinate is 2. Means if line is parallel to x-axis, in this case easily we can observe that y coordinate of every point is what? Constant. Y coordinate is constant. Means if y is constant, at that time we can say that line is what? Parallel to x-axis. As it stands, this constant is 2. So here we can say that y is equal to 2 is the equation of this line. If that line passes through 3 and parallel to x-axis, at that time we can say that equation of line is y is equal to 3. Means in short, if equation is in the form of y is equals to constant, means we can say that line is parallel to x-axis, or if line is parallel to x-axis, at that time its equation is in the form of what? Y is equal to constant. In the same way, if line is parallel to y-axis, at that time its equation is in the form of what? X is equals to constant. So k is any constant here. Now slope point form, name self indicate that slope and point. If slope means m, slope we are denoting by what? M. If slope is given and point, one point on the line is given, means coordinate of point on the line is given to us. Let us denote the coordinate of a point on the line by x1, y1, and slope we are denoting by m. If these two values are given to us, then equation of that line can be find out applying the formula y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So this is the formula to find out equation of line if slope m is given and x1 y1 means coordinate of one point on the line is given to us. Now next formula is 2-point form. Here also the name self indicate that 2 point means if coordinate of 2 point on the line is given to us, at that time this formula is applicable. Coordinate of first point on the line we have denoted by x1 y1, and coordinate of second point on the line we have denoted by what? x2 y2. Then equation can be find out applying the formula y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1. So this formula is applicable to find out equation of line if coordinate of 2 point on the line is given to us. Next formula is double intercept form. So first let us try to understand what is the meaning of intercept. Let this will be say x-axis and y-axis. Let one line is there which intersects somewhere to x-axis and somewhere to y-axis. Since this point lie on what? X-axis. That's why here we can say that y coordinate is 0, and here this point lie on what? Y-axis. That's why here we can say that x coordinate is 0. Let us denote here x coordinate by small a and y coordinate here denoted by what? Let us denote x coordinate by small a and here denote y coordinate by small b. Then this x intercept means x coordinate of a point where the line intersect x-axis, and y intercept means y coordinate of a point where line intersect which axis? Y-axis. If both x intercept and y intercepts are given to us, at that time equation of line can be find out applying this formula x upon a plus y upon b is equals to 1. Hope the idea about x intercept and y intercept is clear to you. X intercept means what? X coordinate of a point where this line intersect what? X axis, and y intercept means y coordinate of which point? Where the line intersect y axis. Now let us see equation in slope intercept form. Here slope means m is given to us, and intercept. How many intercepts are there? 2 intercept. One is x intercept and another one is what? Y intercept. In this case intercept means y intercept, and here we have denoted y intercept by b, but in this formula y intercept is denoted by what? C. If m slope is given to us and intercept is given to us, at that time equation of line can be find out applying the formula y is equal to mx plus c, and if we are writing the equation in this form, then this representation is called as slope intercept form. Here m is slope and c is what? Y intercept. Later on let us discuss about normal form. So if p is the distance of the line from the origin, so this is origin, and let us suppose that distance of this line, perpendicular distance of this line from the origin is what? P, and alpha is the inclination of a normal. Normal means what? A line perpendicular to this given line. In this case we can observe that here this segment or this line is also perpendicular to our line. So such line is called as what? Normal. And here alpha is inclination of the normal. Inclination means what? Angle made by this normal with positive direction of x-axis. If these two values are given to us, then equation of line is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equals to p. Applying this formula we are able to find out equation of line if two values are given to us. P means distance of our line from the origin, and alpha is nothing but inclination of this normal. Here alpha is inclination of the normal and p is distance of the line from the origin. Then the equation is called as normal form, equation of line in normal form. And lastly, applying any formula, finally the equation is in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Means whenever we are writing equation of line in standard form, first we are writing term of x, then term of y, then constant term. And if we are writing the equation in this form, then such representation is called as equation of line in general form. In this way, we have seen total 10 result related with what? Equation of line, and these are very important result because in maximum examples we have to find out what? Equation of line. To find out equation of line, we should have to know all these formula. Which formula we have to apply? That depends on what? Given condition. If slope and point is given to us, apply this formula. If 2 points are given to us, apply this formula. If both intercepts are given to us, then this formula is applicable. If slope and y-intercept is given, then apply this formula. Then if distance of the line from the origin and inclination of the normal is given, apply this formula to find out what? Equation of line. Now let us discuss the next important result to find out acute angle between two lines. If theta is the acute angle between two lines having slope m1 and m2, means this formula is applicable if slopes of two lines are known to us or given to us. If slope of two lines are given to us, then acute angle between them can be found out applying this formula. According to this formula, what? Tan theta is equal to mod of. We have taken mod since angle is what? Acute. Value of tan is positive. If we are taking mod, means on this side we are getting positive value, and for acute angle tan theta is always what? Positive. So to apply this formula, which values are required? m1 and m2, means slopes of two lines. So m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. Applying this formula, we are able to find out value of tan theta. Once the value of tan theta is known to us, we are able to find out value of theta also, means angle between two lines. Now let us discuss about a formula to find out distance of a point from the line. If coordinate of one point is given to us and equation of line is given to us, then suppose that here coordinate of point are x1, y1, and one line is there whose equation is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Then perpendicular distance of this point from this line can be found out using the formula. Means in the numerator, just simply we are writing the equation of line, only replace x by this x coordinate and y by what? Y coordinate. Means what we will get? Ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by under root a square plus b square. Proof of all these formulas we have seen in class 11. Just we are revising these formulas. We are making the collection of all these formulas which we have proved in class 11. Okay. So this formula is applicable to find out distance of a point from a line. So now if this point is origin, and what are the coordinate of origin? 0, 0. Then perpendicular distance of origin from the line, or in other word we can say that distance of a line from the origin can be find out applying the formula. See, again in the numerator we are writing same equation of line, only we are replacing x by x coordinate, but here x coordinate is what? 0. In case of origin, x and y coordinate are 0. If we are replacing x by 0, 0 into any term will become 0. Again replace y by y coordinate, means by 0. Again 0 into b will become 0, means first two term will become 0. This first two term will become 0, means in numerator what is remaining term? C. And in the denominator under root a square plus b square. What is a here? A means coefficient of x and b means what? Coefficient of y. If equation of line is given to us, then this formula is applicable to find out distance of the line from the origin, or we can say that distance of origin from the line. So now note down some very important result which we are using while solving the example. So one of the result is if u is equal to 0 and v is equal to 0 are the equation of two intersecting line. So in short, means for simplicity, equation we are denoting by what? U is equal to 0. If I am saying that it is line, but we know that equation of line in general form can be written as ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Instead of writing this whole linear equation in two variable, this whole part we have denoted by what? U here. So u is equal to 0. Hope you have got it. U means which type of expression? Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. And here v is also, v is equal equal to 0 is the second line. If these two lines are intersecting line, if these two lines are what? Intersecting line. We know that if two lines intersect each other, then how many point of intersections are there? One point of intersection are there. And then u plus kv is equal to 0. U means what? First equation, plus k into v. So v is what? Second equation, and k is nothing but any real number. Infinite number of real numbers are there. Then this equation represent the family of line passing through the point of intersection of what? U is equals to 0 and v is equal to 0. Means here this equation represent family of lines passing through this point of intersection. Getting it? So just take one example. Let us suppose that u is equal to 0, means which equation? Say x plus y is equal to 0, and consider another equation of line, say x minus y is equal to 2. Let us try to solve this equation and try to find out their point of intersection. We are finding coordinate of point of intersection. If we are taking addition of these two equations, y will get plus y minus y will get cancelled, 2x will be equals to 2, x is equal to 1. So x coordinate is 1. If I am substituting x is equals to 1, y will become what? Minus 1. Means in this way we have got coordinate of point of intersection. Now let us check whether this equation represent a line passing through the same point of intersection or not. Okay, so first consider u is equal to 0. So this is nothing but u is equal to 0. U means what? X plus y plus what? K. K means what? Any real number. Let us suppose that this real number is 3. Then write down second equation. So this v is equal to plus 2 on this side will become minus 2 on this side will get what? 0. Means whenever we are applying this result, equation should be in this form. V is equal to 0 means right hand side should be equals to what? 0. So what is second equation? X minus y minus 2 is equal to 0. Now collect the terms of x. X plus 3x will be equals to 4x. Collect the terms of y. Y minus 3y will be minus 2y, and 3 into minus 2 is equal to minus 6. We can observe that all the terms in this equation are divisible by 2. So here we will get 2x minus y minus 3 is equal to 0. Just simply we are dividing both sides by 2. Now check whether this new line also passes through this point or not. When we can say that it passes through this point, if coordinate of this point satisfies this equation, replace x by 2. So here we will get 2 into 1 is 2, replace y by minus 1, minus and minus will become plus 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. Means yes, this point satisfies this equation, means this line passes through what? Passes through this point. अगर हम k की वैल्यू चेंज करते गए 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 means we are getting infinite number of lines which passes through what? Same point. Through which these two lines are passing. Getting it? So u plus kv is equal to 0 represents what? Family of line, infinite number of lines which passes through the same point of intersection. In the same way, if u is equal to 0 and v is equal to 0 are two parallel lines, u is equal to, let this will be say u is equal to 0 and this will be second line which is parallel to this line, then u plus kv, here u plus kv is equal to 0 represents a family of line parallel to these two lines. Then this equation represents what? Infinite number of lines, family of line which are parallel to which two line? U is equal to 0 and what? V is equals to 0. Now observe the last result. Already we have seen that if equation of line is in general form, at that time slope of this line can be find out applying which formula? M is equal to minus a by b, where a is nothing but coefficient of x and b is nothing but coefficient of y. Okay, now let this will be say one line here, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, and let one line is there which is coincident with this line. Then what is the slope of this line? Slope of coincident line is also what? Same, because these two lines are one and the same. So m is equal to minus a by b will be the slope of what? Coincident line. Now if equation of line is given to us, now we are finding slope of its parallel line. Already we have seen some conditions for lines to be parallel. What we have seen? If slope of two lines are equal, at that time lines are parallel. Means whatever may be the slope of this line will be the slope of its what? Parallel line, because if two lines are parallel, slopes are equal. What is the slope of this line? M is equal to minus a by b, means we we can say that slope of its parallel line is also same, m is equal to minus a by b. Means this formula is applicable to find out slope of this line, slope of its coincident line, and slope of its parallel line. Lastly, let us discuss how to find out slope of its perpendicular line. For that purpose, let us revise again one condition which is satisfying if two lines are what? Perpendicular. What we have seen, if two lines are perpendicular, then product of slope is equal to what? Minus 1. So here what result we will get? m1 will be equals to, take m2 on this side, minus 1 upon m2, it will get divided on this side. So now if m2 is given to us, say 5, then what is the value of m1? Chalo yahan pe 5 substitute kar do. So m1 will be equals to minus 1 by 5. Means what we are observing here, if slope of one line is given to us, to find out slope of its perpendicular line, take the reciprocal of this number and multiply by what? Minus. Agar ye line ka slope 3 by 2 hai, then using this result here we will get minus 2 by 3. Just simply take its reciprocal and multiply by minus to find out slope of its perpendicular line. Getting it? So what is the slope of this line? Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is what? Minus a by b. To find out slope of its perpendicular line, just take its reciprocal and multiply by minus. If we are multiplying by minus, this minus and minus will become plus, and if we are taking reciprocal, so what we will get? B by a. Getting it? It's a reciprocal of a by b is equal to what? B by a. So applying this formula, we are able to find out slope of perpendicular line. So remember this formula directly. If equation of line is given to us, then applying this formula directly we are able to find out slope of perpendicular line. So what is the formula to find out slope of this line? Minus a by b. Slope of coincident line is also minus a by b. Slope of parallel line is also what? Minus a by b. But slope of perpendicular line is what? B by a. Now see the last note. In this case, equation of two lines are given to us. We know that linear equation in two variables represent what? Straight line. So here this is first line and this is what? Second line. So this result already you have studied in class 10th, but sometimes we have to use it while solving objective type questions. So if equation of two lines are given to us, then if they satisfies this condition that a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. a1 upon a2 means what? Ratio of coefficient of x. b1 upon b2 means ratio of coefficient of y, and c1 upon c2 means ratio of constant term. If all these ratios are equal, at that time we can say that these two lines coincides each other. If these two lines are coincides, lines what? Coincides. If these two lines coincide each other, then how many solutions are there? So whatever may be the line, whatever may be the point which lie on the first line is also the point on what? Second line. Means infinite points are there which lie on what? Both the lines. That's why we can say that there are infinite number of points which satisfies both the equation. Means we can say that there are infinitely many solutions, isn't it? Means coordinate of this point satisfies what? Both the equation. Means we can say that are the solution, and in this case how many solutions we are getting? Infinite. And if pair of lines has at least one solution, at that time we can say that pair of equations are what? Consistent. But in this case, instead of one solution, infinite solutions are there. That's why we can say that pair of these equation is consistent. Now, if these two lines satisfies this condition that a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2, at that time we can say that lines are intersecting. Means line intersect at one point. If line intersect at one point, means how many solutions are there? Only one solution is there. That's why we can say that that point, this point means point of intersection, gives a unique solution to our given both equations. And since at least one solution exists, then we can say that what? Pair of equation is consistent. So remember this word consistent used in many examples. So you should have to know what is the meaning of what? Consistent. It is given in option to check whether the equations are consistent or not consistent. Not only in line, it can also be used in what? Conic section also. Means parabola, hyperbola, ellipse also. Remember it. Consistent means what? If two equation has at least one common solution, then we can say that the given two equations are what? Consistent. If a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 but not equals to c1 upon c2, if these ratios satisfies this condition, at that time we can say that given two lines are parallel to each other. And we know that if two lines are parallel to each other means they does not intersect each other, means there is no solution, there is no common point in these two lines. That's why we can say that pair of equation has no solution. And if solution does not exist, in such cases we can say that pair of equation is what? Inconsistent. In this way we have seen all the basic and elementary part of straight line. In the next video we are starting our actual syllabus of class 12th, means we are starting what? Pair of straight lines.